So what I first want to do is go into the overview section and take the key and just record the information about reflection, but we just talked about this as a class, so that should go very quickly. Then I'm going to move on to the reflection section in the flip book, and I am just going to perform Think Aloud using the first example. So it says the figure shows triangle JKL, graph the image of the triangle after a reflection across the x-axis. So the way that I'm going to do this with you guys is I'm going to take my patty paper that we used a couple days ago, and I'm going to trace my pre-image, and then I'm going to label my endpoints, so J, K, L. And since I'm reflecting across the x-axis, I'm going to trace the x-axis so that I know exactly what to reflect across. Now what I'm going to do is, let's see, I think I'm going to draw that right there so I can see that too. I am going to reflect this across the x-axis by taking my paper, picking it up, and flipping it over the x-axis, and then noticing where it lands. And you can actually, because we did this in pencil, you can actually trace over the lines or the dots to see exactly where they are, and the pencil will actually transfer to your paper, so you can kind of lightly see it here. But I'll put those endpoints there. I have to be very careful about labeling these as L prime, K prime, and J prime, just to make sure that I have the correct points labeled. I will draw the lines to connect the dots, and then now I have reflected that over the x-axis. So I'm going to go in and look at my points, J, K, L. So let's see, for J we have -4, 2, K we have 2, 4, and L we have 3, 1. Now, based on what we did in our preview just right before this, we came up with the rule for this when we reflect over the x-axis. And the rule was that we leave x the same, but y becomes the opposite sign. So when I go in and write, I'm going to skip this because I don't really have any work to show. I'm going to leave my x value the same and write the opposite sign for my y value. Then I will just lastly quickly double check that all of these points correspond and they do match up. So now I'm done with the reflection across the x-axis. So with your class, the teacher may want to go into performing a Think Aloud for number 4. It will be very, very similar. You're just reflecting over the y-axis instead. It's going to be important to also discuss point M and why it does not change. And then you may want to go back and discuss how all of these points are, let me show you this one. The image and pre-image points are exactly the same distance away from the line of reflection. So just make sure that that's discussed.